Hey everybody! We finally have a Heroes of the Storm alpha client, and an official one at that. So we have been playing the game like the entire day. You probably already saw a few live streams out there. I've been streaming for 8 hours today myself, and the game is really a lot of fun. And I want to just recap a little bit my experience of the first day, give you a little bit of an impression of what exactly it's like to play Heroes in its current state, and also lead you a bit through the menus, just explain to you how you actually start out in the world of Heroes of the Storm. So starting with Heroes of the Storm, you start off here in the main menu of the game, and you can just monitor your progress. So Blizzard really tries to lead especially beginners really slowly towards the means of the game. So for example, on level 1 you just have to start with quests to, for example, complete the tutorial, and then you start to just gain experience and level up. You start with a cooperative mode, you play with another couple of players out there against bots. Then once you actually like finish that phase, you move on to level 3, where you can then finally start to play versus other players, and so on and so on. So Blizzard slowly and steadily just wants to show you how exactly the game works. So on level 4 you gain a little bit of a gold bonus. You can have a look at the shop, which we're going to do in a couple of seconds, just to see what exactly you can do with gold. It's the in-game currency to purchase skins, heroes and mounts. Then on the level 6 you unlock the daily quests that will then later on give you even more gold or more experience. Level 7 adds another free-to-play hero to your rotation that you have. And then really interesting, it gets at level 8 when you unlock more hero talents, because up to level 8 every single time you hit a level that has new hero talents you can only choose 2 of those, and then at level 8 you unlock the rest of them. So basically once you reach level 8 and you start playing and you hit one of those levels where you get new talents, you can choose between 4 talents. You have to choose only one, and before that it's only 2, which I actually kind of like, because for newer players it's really nice to get a bit of an idea of how it goes without like looking too much into the details, not having too much choice, just getting a bit of feel for the game. Then going on level 10 you unlock hero quests, which later on will give you like a lot of gold and of course also experience as well. We can have a look at those just real quick. If you go for example up there, there's the quest log. We have our daily quests right there, play 2 games with 2 different heroes. As you can see, it's very similar to what we have in Hearthstone right now, where each day you get new quests and you then get, for example, experience bonuses or like gold. With the hero quest you can already see the heroes that we currently have. I just purchased Zeratul and also Nova, and you can see that the first few quests that we have here, for example, let's just play 10 games with Zeratul. With Nova I need to absorb 1000 damage with Holo Decoy, and once I complete those I get new things. I get like a little bit more experience so that I level up more, I get a little bit more gold, just the stuff that you would expect. So the system is so far really well thought out, and I like it kind of a lot. If you look at the shop, for example, where you can later spend your gold, you see all of the heroes that we currently have, you see how much they cost. Keep in mind that this is of course an alpha version, so all these prices are a little bit random maybe even, and they might change later on. You can sort everything through, you can have another look at the heroes there. There are of course skins that you can purchase, which you can also have a closer look at before you get them, and there are of course all the mounts that you can get with different variations. As you can see here, you can change them in color a little bit, and just stuff like that. So smaller things that you can get there, everything available in the shop, and I think for most people it's probably really interesting that they can purchase new heroes. It's really important. And the purchasing of the heroes is important just because if you look at the play mode, we have of course practice, which we talked about earlier. That's one of those games that you have to finish at the beginning when you're still level 1. We're moving on to the cooperative, where you then play against the AI with other players. But versus, that's of course what it's all about. And just clicking at that, you see immediately why you will want to purchase some heroes with the gold that you earn within the game. Because right now, what basically happens is that we have a weekly rotation of heroes, and that's 6 heroes in total. Like if you start out with Heroes of the Storm, it's only 5, but keep in mind that once I think you reach level 6 or level 7, you just unlock another hero that you can choose in the weekly rotation, and that's then one of 6. So right now what we have is Abathur, we have Falstad, we have of course in this case also our dear Goblin, and we have Reyna, we have Tyrael, we have Uther, and I got Nova and Zeratul as well, the 2 heroes with invisibility right now. So those are the heroes that are currently available, and that's like a weekly rotation. So Blizzard will just every week give you new heroes that you can play, that you can practice with. But if you want to have other heroes that you unlock, that you play during that time, or that you have permanently, then you need to purchase them either with the in-game money, or you just buy them of course with the gold, like either with gold, or you can just purchase them with re-money. That's what I basically wanted to say. So that's kind of the start of everything here, and so far it has been really clean and really good experience. The most gold you get actually when you level up from one level to another, and of course then later all those daily quests are also gonna become like quite important of how to actually like get new stuff in the game. So with that in mind, just my personal experience now from the first day, the game feels really good. The games are very quick, very fast paced. You never really have a period in the game where you just like feel like doing nothing. You always have to be on a lane, get experience. We have 4 maps now in the cycle, 4 battlegrounds. That's the ones that we already knew of course. We have Cursed Hollow, we have Haunted Mines, we have Dragonshire, and we have Blackheart Bay, which I think personally has to be renamed in Khaldor's Bay very soon, because I hit that map so often today. It was actually crazy. I played a lot of games solo. I played a few with Idra and with a couple of Blizzard employees as well, just to get a little bit of a feel and to just make sure that we get the just team aspect a little bit closer. So I liked it a lot. Like, I had a lot of fun today. I didn't really have a problem with there only being 6 heroes at the beginning. Then later, when I had enough money in the game, I unlocked more heroes that I want to play, especially tomorrow. And that's kind of the idea for now. Just keep unlocking a couple of heroes and see how it goes. I'm currently at level 11 with my progress, and as far as I know, the main level is actually 20 when you will unlock the epic hero quests, which I have not seen just yet. Level 11 is actually like not too bad for now, but yeah, I think tomorrow or the day after I'm probably gonna try to go straight for level 20. And at this point, the game just feels very smooth. For an alpha version, it's pretty incredible. Like, this is better than most of the betas that I've seen in the past. There are, of course, a couple of things that you still feel are either new or not really all that developed. More the cosmetics, a couple of the animations maybe, that still feel a little bit, I don't want to say like rusty or anything, but it's like they will probably like make them a little bit better. What I personally like the most so far is that the games are just very fast. They're very fast paced, there's a lot of action, and you get to really enjoy all of that. So Blizzard really teaches you how to play the game at the beginning and to really have a close look at it. So far I didn't really get the chance to really go into too many builds. Like, with a few of the heroes, you really look at the talent trees later and you say like, alright, that makes sense. Like, if I get this talent on level like whatever, and then later on the next talent will be this and this and this and this and this, then I have like one straight line of thought in there. For example, with Reyna you can go for a build where he has a lot of sustainability, where he really just stays alive for a long time, especially when his hit points get reduced. He has the ability to regenerate those like really fast, and that can even help in a fight. But you can also like go for a little bit more of a glass cannon style, where you try to just create your Reyna in a way that he does a lot more damage. I love that we have more than one ultimate, more than one heroic ability right now that brings a lot of versatility to the game, and especially in the case of Reyna, for example, it's a lot of fun. With the other heroes, that's of course true as well. So those are a few aspects that I really enjoyed. What Blizzard is currently trying to do, and it's quite evident, is that they are trying to aim for a game where people do not really like flame each other, where you have a very homogenic, like just a team experience, and you don't have this taunting that we have in other games. One of the things that becomes clear very fast is that you, for example, can't message the other team. It just isn't there. It's just not possible. You can only communicate within your own team. So therefore you can't start insulting the other team or like baiting them or doing stuff like this. I'm not quite sure what I think about that. Like, on one hand it's kind of nice and I get the idea behind it. On the other hand, I can't even like type GG at the end of a game, or like let another hero say, hey, like, this was really well done, or this guy played absolutely incredible. So that's a little bit sad, but I get the idea where they're coming from, because if you play a MOBA like Dota or like LoL, then you know that the chat is sometimes quite the cesspool. So that is maybe a problem. I'm not quite sure if they will implement an all chat later on. I think that's probably also a little bit dependent on what kind of feedback they get. Another thing that you see right now is that in the overlay, in contradiction to what we had in those matches that we saw from the developers, you have no hero kill score. The only thing that you see right now are the levels of you and your the opponent's team, but you do not have a kill count, for example, how many heroes died for each team. So that is a little bit sad. I really hope that they put that back in. Also, in the score screen that you have, it's basically, it doesn't show you how many kills you got, it shows you how many kills plus assists you got. It's called takedown, and I kind of see why they're doing this, so that people don't argue about kills. I personally would like to see how many kills I got and how often I died, just for myself. and I feel that with everything else that they already did, they're really trying to work towards this like team experience, experiencing everything as one team, and not really trying to work against each other, but with each other. So I enjoy that a lot, but at the same time, I really would like to know how many heroes I personally killed. And that statistic with the takedowns, it kind of looks always awkward, because most of the time you end up with like most of the team's players having like, let's say 20 or like 14, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Whereas if you have kills and deaths, usually like they add up, like you count the opponent team's kills and your own deaths, and then you get the same numbers, and in that case it doesn't. Looked a little bit weird to me. I'm not quite sure if I will just get used to it. I personally hope that they're gonna change it, but yeah, those are like minor things right now. In general, the game is super fun, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna upload a lot of content for you guys in the next few days. I'm also gonna stream a lot of the games. If you have any questions right now, I'm pretty sure that there will be a lot of questions about the game at this point and about very specific things. So if you do not have any access to the alpha and you want to get a little bit of an idea of how it actually feels like, then just let me know what exactly you would like to know, or what kind of questions you have. Write it in the comments on YouTube, and I will tell you as soon as I can. I'm gonna upload a couple of videos, not only today but also tomorrow, so make sure that you check the YouTube channel again, subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and yeah, that's it for today. So first impression of the game, absolutely awesome. It's a lot of fun, I really enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to playing it again tomorrow, and then also of kind of looking a little bit more in depth into those hero builds, and especially of course the hero talents that we've got. That's it for today, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye bye.